Welcome to the show. Sophisticated Ignorance. Chris and Corey. Let's go. Sit back, vibe, have a drink. We're about to get into it. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot of laughs and a whole lot of ignorance, man. This one for the culture. So tap in, vibe out, grab a seat, you know what I'm saying? Make sure your house nice and clean, burn a candle. We're about to get into it. Yeah. Sophisticated Ignorance.
Welcome back. What episode we at, boss man? Episode 12. We running through them things.
Big 12. Episode 12. I had to turn that down a little bit. Give him a little clap, though. Give him a little clap.
Yeah, man, I ain't worried about the loud noise. I think they like it. They've been around this long. I think they like it.
Yeah, man. 12 episodes in, man.
Yeah, man. So, how was your weekend, boss?
I ain't do nothing this weekend. Now that I think about it, you know what I'm saying? It was straight though, like any other weekend. It's like a birthday. You know what I'm saying? When your birthday come around, you
playing
after
stuff, but you don't do it.
21, you know what I'm saying? 21-year-old, you lit because you can drink. You know what I'm saying?
The only birthdays that matter: 18, 21, 30, and 50.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers anyone.
My 30th ain't. I dropped my trucking company on my 30th birthday, so that was my gift to me.
He was grinding.
You know what I'm saying? But other than that, like.
Nothing.
Fuck the rest of them.
I don't
this ain't even gonna get monetized because I just dropped the F-bomb early in the video, so fuck it.
2 minutes in, but hey, it's all good. It's all for the love of the sport. I ain't mad at you, man. My weekend was pretty. I don't remember really. I forgot what I did Saturday. I think I just hung out with the fam Saturday, and then Sunday, watched the All-Star game or All-Star Day in the NBA, so to say. Did you watch it at all?
I ain't watch it. I watched clips of it.
Oh my god!
My favorite clip, boy. Steph Curry threw that oop to CP3.
Man, all the short people was catching oops. That was crazy. But I was looking forward to the dunk contest. I don't know why. I've been disappointed. That shit was trash. I've been disappointed the last
horrible.
I can't remember the last good one, to be real.
That's what I'm saying. All-Star game is just horrible.
Oh, I lie. Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine when D Wade robbed that man.
Aaron Gordon he got robbed every dunk contest. Aaron Gordon did, he robbed.
But
he got robbed.
The 3-point shootout was dope.
Steph Curry, he
hit.
Mike Conley tried. He put up a good fight.
The second round, Steph almost lost. If he wouldn't have made that last money ball, he would have lost.
Mm-hmm.
I was mad they didn't do a rookie sophomore game because I guess they were trying to condense the weekend. But usually, do the first. They do, I think, not rookie sophomore, but it's like World versus US.
Yeah.
So all the foreign first and second year players play against United States first and second year players and stuff. Mm-hmm. But before we even jump into that, we completely forgot to introduce ourselves. So,
bro, we do it every time.
Y'all should know by now. I'm one half of your ignorant host. My name is Chris.
Young Baha, Corey Mack.
Corey Mack over here. We are sophisticated ignorance for those who.
One more time. I ain't even bust my pistol at him. You know what I'm saying? My fake air pistol.
We done got so comfortable. We done forgot to introduce ourselves, man.
Crazy.
Look what a little fame will do to you. Let me stop.
Just a little bit. A little bit.
But yeah, back to the All-Star game, man. I was disappointed in the dunk contest. Shout out to Anthony Simons, if I'm saying his name
he
right,
won the dunk contest. My boy went to IMG Academy.
Yeah, he's from Orlando area, so shout out to him. His dunks was pretty dope, but I feel like Cassius Stanley got robbed. That first dunk he did was a 50.
Cassius Stanley's a monster. I wish they would have had.
He's been dunking since like second grade, but I think what his issue is he ain't been in the league. Like he been up and down G League, NBA, so people don't really know who.
I wish they would have had your boy Baby Westbrook in there.
Oh, Jalen. They'd have had Jalen LeCue in there. He would have won that thing. But it's hard when you have people who don't have the star power. Like I think if it was like a regular All-Star weekend, you might have had Zion, Ja Morant, and Anthony Edwards. But it's crazy because
Anthony Simons in there, he ain't got like really the star power. He been playing minutes.
But see, people know him because he came straight out of high school,
right? So, but Jalen LeCue did too.
Yeah, but I think he like almost I don't even think he's 6 foot tall. He might be 6 foot, but they call him Baby Westbrook G League yet,
and he was a killer in high school.
He was. I remember him a lot. But dunk contest disappointed me just because of the format. It felt like it was just rushed, and then the dunks was just I guess like the bar got set super high with like Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine. I think that's the last one I remember being like super like I'm on the edge of my seat waiting for them to do something, but. 3-point shootout really it's just a new thing. Like 3-point shooting is just a new league. So even in the game itself.
Yeah, the All-Star game, they don't even play it as hard as it used to be and played. You know what I'm saying? Back when the 90s.
With this condensed
early 2000s.
it was actually a game.
Right.
But they changed so much. Like it went from 4 quarters to 3 12-minute quarters, and now they do the little Elam ending at the end, like just add 24 points for Kobe. You know, RIP to Kobe. Shout out
For
Kobe.
real, shout out to
But
Mamba.
I do have to give the NBA credit for all the HBCU stuff they did.
Yeah.
I think they raised like $3 million for HBCUs.
I still think it's clout, but I take it.
I mean, you got to start somewhere, I guess.
You do.
gotta
I still
start
think
somewhere.
that, but that still don't negate the fact that it was clout.
Two things can be true.
But I'm just saying, you start now.
Tom Brady the best quarterback, but he's not the best athlete. Two things are true.
Come on, bro.
Two
My
things
dog
are
is
true.
an athlete.
No, he's not.
He's an athlete, bro. It takes skill to throw that rock like he do.
How we go from the NBA to Tom Brady? But anyway,
Hey,
it is what it is. We can agree to disagree. Look,
We
two
can.
things can be true
We
again.
can.
Two things are true right there.
But I'm not even gonna go off on this rant. I'm not gonna go out there. Matter of fact, I am.
Go ahead.
Stop fucking trying Bethune-Cookman out here, man.
We was in our flag was in one of the first commercials, but we don't never get no money
never
from
get
it.
nothing.
It got to be a bigger picture, man. It got to be something.
They
with,
give Edward Waters money before us airflow mode.
It got to be something with because I think it's because
They
they all
gotta hate
public.
us.
They all public. You know, Cookman's still private, so
Don't matter.
But it does when it comes to receiving funds, though. I think it's some kind of clause or something. It's got to be something administratively,
Bro.
because when we was there, they were supposed to get Coca-Cola to build a gym, and they had some stuff going on with that because it was a bad look or something like that. I don't know. But
I don't care, man.
I don't know if
Stop
it's something with
trying
the
to-
Christian values. They don't want to take money from companies that
Marching
sell
Wildcats
certain
the
stuff.
best band in the land, man. Stop
I was
trying
mad at
this,
that.
bro. Stop trying.
Well,
this.
we done beat fam how many years in a row? 90
9.
at football? No, it's more than that. I think
10,
it's 11. I think it's
9,
11
10, 11.
because we ain't lost since I was
Look,
a junior.
They getting a whooping.
But
That's all I knew.
Long story short, we do get the short end of the stick when it
We
comes
do.
to that. But I was appreciative of the fact that they put so
They
many
put-
HBCUs
right.
on the
I
big
was-
screen, raise money
I
for
could
them.
have did without FAMU, but I appreciate it.
You know, that's friendly. What's it called? Friendly camaraderie.
It
I
ain't no
guess.
friendly camaraderie. I don't like.
I
fam.
like to see all of us eat, but at the same time, I don't
Right.
care about fam. That's
Yeah.
just how I feel.
pretty much.
You know how.
Pretty
it is.
much.
But if anybody out there watching on YouTube or anybody listening, have y'all seen the memes and videos of all the crazy people in Atlanta for the weekend?
Listen, them girls going crazy out there for that bag.
Bruh, did you? First of all, how you get to Atlanta and need
Money to
a
get
GoFundMe
back.
to get home? Like the one chick got like $1,500.
I seen
Like,
that.
the U-Haul. Let me jump the subject. A damn Greyhound ticket only $60, so I don't know why she needed that much. But hey, I heard she
seen
reached that
that.
goal. That was
And-
funny.
Bro, that's clever to me. Because
is.
She probably had the money to
Of
get
course,
back.
but you see all the people followed it, just like the little Gorilla Glue thing.
Right,
Everybody
right.
now all of a sudden putting glue in their hair and need money. So
If I had hair, I'd put the Gorilla Glue
I
in my
ain't
shit
doing
and
that
start a
shit,
GoFundMe.
bro. I ain't doing that.
Hell.
That
Take what
that
little
look too
hairline I
painful.
do got. It's
glue
nothing.
one
Let
on
me
up there?
let me go ahead and get 2,000
I
from
think
y'all to go ahead and get a procedure I don't need.
The funniest thing I saw though was the chicks that was using the U-Haul as like a hotel or changing room.
That's creative.
Y'all wild as hell.
That's creative.
It's
to me.
creative to an extent. If you want a road trip, it is.
That's creative. They saving money.
Bruh, where you taking the shower at?
Don't LA Fitness or whatever gym.
Come on now.
Somebody can go in there.
Come on now.
Gyms out here sign up for a penny, 10
Come
cents.
on
They
now.
can
I mean,
sign up for
if
10
you-
cents for that one day.
you right. You right. If
Go
you got
ahead
to
and get your little shower in.
if we looking at the good of this, that was very creative. But I don't know how many people was in that U-Haul. That's what I'm debating. If it was more than 3, it's something wrong.
Where
with
you sleeping at?
in the back of the U-Haul. But it wasn't a truck though. It was the van.
It was a Sprinter van.
You know how small it is? I just used
Yeah.
one. That's what I did Saturday. I helped my little brother move into his first apartment. I forgot.
Okay.
We used that. I know how big the back of that thing is. We had a U-Haul across from Cookman. People used to fucking it all the time.
Yeah.
So we know how
Yeah.
big them U-Hauls is.
Yeah.
So if it's more than 3 of y'all nasty. But hey, get it how you live.
Get it how you live.
I'm not
man.
mad at it. I wish I could have went to the All-Star game. That's all I know.
I told you. The black culture is everything. Black culture is everything.
my God. I saw Gilly the Kid?
Yeah.
I saw his he had a little Instagram video up of them. They was playing dice in the hotel lobby. He was like, "Man, I paid $13."
Oh, yeah,
a night."
in Atlanta, I
Niggas-
seen
He's
it.
like, these little white people, they just trying to have their meal. These white people trying to have their meal.
Them niggas was really in the back playing dice though.
Hey, you could take what they say. You could take them out the hood, but you can't take the hood out of them.
They can't do it. Can't do it.
But all in all, man, I think the All-Star game is what it is. Steph was going nuts from every half court. Him and Dame was. I don't think Giannis should have won MVP though, because he ain't do nothing but lay the ball up and dunk the whole game. But it is what it is. But LeBron 4-0, man, 4-0 as a captain.
You ain't gonna beat him. He get the players
Granted,
he need.
His KD team was missing 2 players because of COVID, but still, that
Who?
20.
Devin Booker and
Nah, Embiid and Ben Simmons who missed. They barber caught COVID and cut their hair.
Don't worry about that. Ben Simmons can't shoot.
Yeah, I don't. But I think they both was on KD team anyway.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Embiid might have did something.
And no, Embiid probably would have won MVP. That boy wasn't getting guarded by nobody.
Mm.
But yeah, that's a little bit of the current stuff for the weekend. Before we get into what I really want to talk about, Dak got paid. So shout out to the dog. He got 4 years, $160 million.
I don't even know how much he got made because to me he ain't worth it.
I mean, that's a whole nother topic we can get into. I don't think he worth it either, but
I don't think he worth it.
I would have franchise tagged him and let him walk. If I'm being honest,
right?
He got 4 years, $160 million contract, and 126 of it's guaranteed.
He
got paid.
That's good for him.
Yeah. His deal averaged $42 million over the first 3 seasons, with the $75 million in the first season and $66 million signing bonus.
Oh, that's good. That's good for him. Kudos to him, man. I got to applause.
A round of applause. He got his money.
Kudos for him.
Coming off an injury.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I was him, I'd just ask for a trade. No, I done got paid. No, let me stop playing.
Good. Kudos to him. He deserves it. Back to
you. Okay, if he got that, what you giving Lamar Jackson? Lamar Jackson done won an MVP.
He did.
He done got a playoff win, which Dak don't have yet.
Okay.
So what you paying Lamar Jackson? If the ceiling is Patrick Mahomes at 500, ain't nobody getting that.
I'm paying Lamar.
Sean got what, like 170 probably?
I'm paying Lamar less than Dak.
You crazy as hell.
Dak can throw better than Lamar.
I don't know. But he don't got no MVP.
It don't matter.
How not?
Lamar won the MVP with his feet.
He won it though. The voters don't care. That's what they voted MVP.
I'm saying what they call him, a running back at quarterback.
Hey.
Everybody want to see Lamar scramble. I want to see him throw the ball.
I get it.
Because his feet obviously ain't going to win them the game.
He got a playoff
every
win.
game.
Dak can
he
throw.
Did. He got a
Dak don't got no playoff win.
Dak ain't got the weapons he got either. Dak don't got the O-line. Dak has a running O-line. He don't have a passing O-line.
He got 3 first-round receivers.
He don't got no defense either. And Zeke is downhill. Ezekiel Elliott is not the same Ezekiel Elliott that he was 2-3 years ago. Right.
But if Dak Prescott worth this money, it don't matter because
he not worth that money.
So we making the same argument then,
right? Because they're keeping him there.
No, they just don't have no choice.
There's no other for sure quarterback in the draft.
Would you trade for Russell Wilson?
I wouldn't even trade for Russell.
If you was
I'm going for Deshaun.
Okay, I would, but who you gonna give up though? They don't want Dak Prescott.
Shit. You might as well give up a bunch.
They
stay giving away defensive players. They gave away Claiborne, one of their top corners, because he went on the look. He went downhill. They gave up what's the guy who played Smith? That played for Green Bay now?
No, not Alden Smith.
They gave up one of their linebackers to Green Bay.
Not Jalen Smith.
They gave up one of their linebackers to Green Bay.
I ain't seen that.
And then they gave up. They didn't give him up, but Sean Lee left.
Yeah, he was hurt though. He wasn't getting his spot back from.
The best thing they got is that linebacker from Nebraska,
who
in the middle with the fucking.
They call him Wolf Hunter.
They call him Wolf Hunter. That's the best thing they got.
I like Jalen Smith on the defense. That's
Jalen Smith. They have no corners. They have no defense at all.
If you give Dak this, you got to give Lamar at least 200. You just off the MVP alone. Because they paying Dak for what he did, not for what he about to do. Because he could be ass after that injury. That's what I'm saying. But I think you got to give Lamar at least 200 or 180 something. You can't match this contract or go lower. You can't. But at the same time,
Lamar gonna have to eat off them endorsement deals.
I mean, that's the business of it because he ain't really making no progression. So I get it from the aspect you're making.
Eat off them endorsement deals.
It's definitely a challenging thing. I don't think I would have paid him this money though.
Because I ain't gonna lie. This is what I see for Lamar.
I would have franchised him one more time.
For Lamar, I see the Ravens doing for Lamar what the Cowboys did for Tony Romo. They're going to keep paying him in hopes that he brings something, in hopes that he win something.
Okay, let me ask you this. If you put Lamar on the Cowboys, are they going anywhere? Because with the same as that team, you just switch him and Dak. What's the difference?
Now he gonna have a better offense, but he ain't got no defense. The Ravens' defense is 10 times better than the Cowboys' defense. 10 times better.
Well, I'm talking about offensively. Like, take defense out of it. What they doing offensively?
They scoring, but they ain't winning nothing. Lamar wins games because of his defense.
Got you. So what you're saying?
You get what I'm saying?
If he was in a better
Lamar don't score every drive, but
right.
his defense get him out of
so he don't
situations
have to score every
or
drive.
put him in good situations for him to score. Dak don't get that from that Cowboys defense.
They always playing from behind.
What was the goddamn record of that whole? The Eagles sucked. The Giants sucked.
That whole division was
the whole division. The Redskins sucked, and they went to playoffs.
Yeah,
the Cowboys sucked.
Yeah,
and they went through 3 different quarterbacks.
The Cowboys was horrible last
year. And they had Andy Dalton.
Oh, but Carson Wentz ain't in Philadelphia no more, so
he not. But what would Jalen Hurts do? Jalen Hurts had some good. He had some good outings, but
I don't know.
You still got to show me, because right now Miami don't even believe in Tua, Tua is who took his spot in college.
I don't feel like Tua was ever that good. That's just me. He was at Alabama, so to me,
everybody that come through Alabama, you stamp.
Overrated.
You stamp any player that come through Alabama, stamp.
Not quarterback though. Because it's a skew.
Mac Jones is that shit.
Bro, he throwing to first round picks. His whole offensive line going to first round. Every receiver a first round pick.
Everybody that
running backs all first round. Like, I could play quarterback for Alabama and look that good.
No. Everybody who come through Alabama they at least stay in the league 5 years. How many? Trenton Richardson did how many years in the league? 3
with the Raiders.
But he went with Cleveland too.
Oh, so I probably maybe
like 5.
Maybe 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. That's decent.
Yeah. That's average, actually, right on target.
Right.
But I'm talking about like
for a running back,
that's average. I'm talking about like if you at Alabama as a quarterback though, like the only Alabama quarterback in the NFL is who besides Tua? Jalen Hurts. But he switched to go to Oklahoma.
Other than that,
there's none. Like their quarterbacks, you don't need one. So like I don't think I could draft an Alabama quarterback in the first round. I'd be scared to, because if they throw in the average people, they're gonna look average.
Mac Jones going first round.
I know they got him up there, but I don't think
going first round.
What's the difference between him and
BYU quarterback though? BYU quarterback going first round.
Not Trey Lance. Who's the other buddy? I can't think of his name. I know you're talking about, but. Who's the other dude from Alabama who was there before Tua that played for the Jets? Greg McElroy.
I don't even know who
he was about. Exactly. Trash. He started for Alabama. No, he took them to the national championship game. You never heard of him.
Got to the league. Trash.
Exactly my point. So I think it's a
touche.
I don't know, man. I think if I was a Dolphins, I wouldn't give up on Tua just yet. But if they don't do something and then Deshaun Watson goes somewhere and they miss out on it, they might feel bad for it. But I think is he worth giving a shot. He could throw the ball. He a decent quarterback. I just don't think he's that good. That's just me. I like buddy from the Chargers.
I feel like Deshaun about to get Cam Newton.
I think so too. They're gonna keep him there and make him suck.
No, I don't think they're gonna keep him. I think he's gonna leave Houston, but there's nowhere else to go.
No, they're not gonna trade him. He's gonna have to hold out to get a trade.
Yeah,
they're not gonna willingly.
There's
trade.
nowhere else for him to go.
He can go to San Francisco. He can go to the Patriots, but. If I was him, I would try to go to San Francisco.
I wouldn't even go to the Patriots.
I wouldn't
go
either.
To San Francisco either.
I would try to go to San Francisco or
because they still got Jimmy G. They wrapped up in money with Jimmy G.
They just gonna dead it. They gonna dead that money. They already was talking about that. I think I would go to San Francisco. Talking about like full team situations that got defense and all that. I would go to San Francisco or the Jets. That's the only other option that don't. But they got Sam Darnold, so I think it's up in the air though.
Yeah. It really is, because
it just depends.
It's nowhere for him to go.
It's really nowhere for him to move without like destroying the whole other team. Because if you go somewhere, they're gonna have to give up a lot to get you.
He can't go to the Bengals.
You're gonna be right.
Bengals all in on
Burrow. I like him too.
All right.
Nowhere for him to go. Well, he can't go to Dallas now because they locked that up. Aaron Rodgers ain't leaving unless
Rams just locked up.
Yeah.
There's nowhere for him to go.
Brady ain't going nowhere. Oh, he can go to the Falcons if they.
There's nowhere for him to go. The Falcons are all in on Matt Ryan.
No, they're not.
Matt Ryan should have been kicked out that motherfucker when they lost that goddamn Super Bowl that I lost $200 on.
We should. But that was Brady he was going against.
I don't give a shit. 28-3.
Hey, that's crazy.
I don't know, man. Let's get on some.
All right, let's jump to the. We could talk about sports all day. So, if you haven't seen it, spoiler alert. But we about to talk about Coming to America, Part 2.
Fire.
Go first. Go first.
Only reason I said it was fire. I liked it.
No, don't explain. Really Tell me why it was fire. Don't try to make me.
To me, I like the little storyline. You know what I'm saying? He had a little bastard son. You know, he needed a son. Obviously, he wanted him. You You know what I'm saying? He can't have a son.
Oh my God.
Goddamn sperm weak as hell. He only produced little girls. He needed somebody to carry the bloodline. Before his daddy died, his daddy told him, like, hey, if you don't have a son, these boys gonna off you. These boys gonna off you if you don't have a son.
For anybody listening, this is the hood version of Spark Notes on Coming to America.
I'm telling you, if you don't have a son, he gonna get off. So, you know what I'm saying? Arsenio Hall sent me, you know what I'm saying? Got my boy drugged up and he hit big block. He hit a big block.
Blah, 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 blah. Big Leslie Jones.
And they had, listen, they had the ugliest person I ever seen play somebody was the girl who played Precious. Next to her, Leslie Jones.
You shot out, man.
Leslie, they picked ugly person.
That was Corey who said that.
I don't care.
All women are beautiful.
Listen, okay. Yeah.
All women are beautiful.
So you would take
involved.
Leslie Jones out?
I would date Oprah. Boy, you know how much money she got?
Oprah not ugly.
Shit.
Whoopi not ugly.
Why are you talking about Whoopi Goldberg? I never said nothing.
Leslie Jones?
Everybody's beautiful in their own way.
Yeah, come on, man.
Prayers to all involved.
Okay. You probably just saying that because it's International Women's Day.
You know it.
Listen.
Hey, I'm not making no women mad today.
Find your ass up.
But anyway, back to why you love the movie.
Bro, I felt like the storyline was good.
1 to 5 stars. How many stars you giving it?
I'm giving it a 4.2.
What?
I'm giving it a 4.2.
Little John voice. What?
4.2.
Oh my God. Well, okay. Why randomly 4.2? Why not 4.5?
It's a 4.2.
Just go 4.5.
I didn't laugh as much as I laughed in the first one.
Okay.
I felt like they were a little extra with all the famous people and celebrities that they had in it. Okay. Rick Ross had no business in there.
They shot it in his house. He got to be in the movie.
Michael Blackson had no business in there. Wesley Snipes for no reason.
He got to be in there.
Wesley Snipes for no reason.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
He was all right. Wesley was
to me,
all
he
right.
had the best acting in the movie.
He did though, but
he didn't need to be in the movie.
He didn't need to be in the movie.
Yeah.
Who else was in there? Nav Green was in there for a whole 2 minutes. Now that boy think he a superstar.
Lunell was in there too, right?
Lunell was in there. Tracy Morgan. To me, Tracy Morgan felt unnatural. Like it. He was trying too hard. He a good actor, but to me, he was just. Why you put him in there?
I like The Last OG. That show funny to me. I like Tracy Morgan. To me, him and Leslie Jones as a pairing in movies, they funnier than Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish.
I felt like Tracy Morgan was a Kevin Hart in this movie. He was trying too hard, being extra.
But that's how he act though. He always overdo it.
That's what I'm saying.
But
he overdid it.
I think in this movie. Well, finish your points and I'll get to mine.
But I'm saying I felt like he overdid it. I felt like it was a lot of cast members that didn't need to be in there. I felt like they didn't play to the plot of the movie good enough. Mm-hmm. But it was decent, but it wasn't good enough. Yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Everything. Tiana Taylor, what the hell is you in there for?
I mean, she looked good in the movie.
She did. She did look good in there. What's the dude name from Rotimi? Rotimi from Power.
I just call him Dre. That's the only thing I know him as, Dre.
That man had 3 scenes in there. For what? You could have literally picked a random ass extra to be in there.
Could have.
To play, you know what I'm saying, his son.
What do you think the budget was for this movie? You think they paid everybody that was in there?
Eddie Murphy got money.
They had a lot of people in this movie.
Yeah.
Like Salt and Pepper was in there. They had Gladys Knight singing.
Matumbo. For what? For what? Why was Matumbo in there?
I don't know, bro. I didn't even notice him. I gotta watch it again.
He was at the end when he was like, when he was talking to his barber, he was like, Matumbo, you mind if I talk to her real quick?
I didn't even notice that. I probably stopped watching that shit after a while. I ain't even gonna lie.
He had Matumbo. He had a lot of people in there for no reason. He brought back the 2 twin chicks.
Yeah, he had the hopping on the leg girl too, the little barking girl.
Yeah.
That was funny.
2 extra, bro. It was.
I mean,
4.2, man. And I'm only really giving it a 4.2 because I'm for everything black.
Yeah, man. I even ruin my argument.
I'm for everything black.
I like the fact that it's I like sequels, but when the sequel timing is right. Don't wait 30 years and give me this. Like, if you was going to do this, you should have just left it alone. Because now, Think about all the kids who don't know Coming to America 1 and how they gonna look at Eddie Murphy and his legacy.
That's the same thing. When we were talking earlier, Ha Ha 2. Yeah. It's the same thing. They fucked it up.
How High 2 is the worst movie ever. The only reason why this one is not number 1 is because of How High 2. Lil Yachty and DC Young Fly, y'all cool, but don't ever try to act again in anything.
That was the worst.
Well, DC a good actor, but I don't get why they even put
not in that movie.
That was horrible.
They could have paid me.
That was horrible.
They could have paid me.
The whole they didn't even go to school. Like the whole plot of the movie was. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But this movie, Coming to America 2, was, I think I had my expectations a little too high. And I saw the trailer, I'm like, okay. I didn't get, one, why they picked the person they picked to be his son. 2, I didn't understand what the plot was supposed to be. Like, you got to have a son, so you found out you got an illegitimate son or whatever, and you just go get him, and that's it. Like, there was really no story behind it. It was just him going to New York to the barbershop, laughing.
There were no real moments for him to actually love his son or figure out, like...
It was just weird. Like, I think everything happened too fast. And then, like, they was trying too hard to incorporate every female in the movie to make, like, a female empowerment thing, which is nothing wrong with that. But I just felt like they tried too hard to do it. Like, it felt like it was forced. Like... The whole time, like his daughter mad, she ain't gonna be queen. So at the end, they do all this to find the son, just to let her be in charge. Like, what was the point of the movie at that point? Like, there was no point.
It's just how Power incorporate LBGT shit. Not that I got anything wrong with that. I'm just saying they try too hard. You know what I'm saying, to appease people who like same
Eddie
sex.
Murphy didn't even have the same accent.
He kind of did.
No, he did not. He sounded like Rasputia and everything. He
kind of did to me.
That shit was horrible.
I was just looking at his teeth. People with little teeth. That shit had cracked me the fuck up.
That shit was horrible, man. Like, I was mad that the wife didn't even have that many lines.
She didn't. She only had like 3 or 4 scenes.
John Amos had the best lines in the movie. John Amos, the dude who McDowell's.
Yeah.
But to me, the worst part was when the son started rapping. When they were doing
Tiana Taylor, she was like, "You know this song."
I said, "I
kill it."
Guarantee you, he gonna go rap." What did he do?
He went rap. It was almost like a musical too.
But why did they have all the musical scenes? Like, okay, if you live in a palace, you telling me all them people just in there every single day for you to get up and you sitting in this throne and they just looking at you? Mm-hmm. You ain't got no TV to watch.
You know what it kind of felt like? An Ice Cube movie. Remember Are We There Yet? When the little girl sung at
I remember that, but I don't remember it.
When the little girl sung when they was at the little boy needed an inhaler, but the only doctor in town was the clown at the little kids party.
I don't remember. I remember, but I don't.
That's what it reminded me.
But bruh, it looked like a auditioning set for a TV show or something. It didn't look like a movie, and I think that's like, it was just, the lighting was too bright. It was just weird, bro. Like, maybe it's because I know they was in Atlanta shooting it. Like, my brain won't let me believe it's in Africa, but I don't know, bro. I watched it because it's Eddie Murphy, and I was just disappointed, and I felt like...
You gotta support everybody black,
I just felt like my expectations weren't met. And that's just because I liked the first one. It was so... Like, the plot of the first one was perfect.
Yeah.
Like, you could... And I guess they probably shot it during pandemic, so they couldn't really go to certain places. Because, like, from them going... The barbershop, I could tell they wasn't in New York. It didn't even look the same. Like, it just... I was
a real critic.
I'm a critic, bro. I'm a critic.
You're a real critic.
If I pay my $8.99 for Prime, I want what I'm paying for, and so that's just me.
It's $8.99, bro.
I don't care, bro. I pay for it.
It's $8.99. I
pay my taxes too, so I complain about everything.
$8.99.
I'm gonna be a Karen in this moment.
Think about how many dudes out there pay $40 for that cat and don't get the cat they thought it was.
Bro, you shout out. I ain't never paying $40 for some pussy. I'm not paying $40 for some pussy. Think about this though. You know how? Okay, you get what you pay for, right?
Right.
So what you expect for $40?
He expect the world, that wop. And that boy ain't getting no wop.
He getting that cat litter.
He ain't getting no wop. He expecting that wop for that 40.
Gonna be that drop.
Yeah, and then probably his last 40. His last, look, for that last 40, he want his bed rocked.
That
That
might be the most disappointing thing in the world, bro. Imagine you spend your last $40.
Your last 40.
And you get some BAP. Bro, you just be like, huh, man, get the money, bro.
Especially when you that got it, you was like,
you know
damn.
how when somebody asks you for something and you don't want to give it to them, but you do, you be like, huh, man, get it, bro, get it.
You
get it, bro. Damn. Don't ask me for nothing else. Don't ask me for nothing else, man. Just go and get it, bro.
No.
Get it.
That's how it be, dog. You see.
So but all in all, man, to wrap it up, I'm gonna watch it again and try to find some silver lining. But I don't,
it ain't worth the second watch. No,
you might. Be
I
right.
gave it a 4.2, but it ain't worth the second watch.
Bruh, you might be right, man.
It ain't worth the second watch. So,
but some things I feel like need to be left alone. I saw the funniest comment I saw about it was this plot don't feel like it took 30 years to come up with. Like that feel like I felt like they could have done better.
The only other thing that'd be disappointing is if Ice Cube came out with another Friday. He might as well leave West.
That's what I'm saying.
He might as well leave West.
But the think about this, like I said earlier, the kids that's growing up now gonna see this and be like, "This ain't funny. This stupid."
Yeah.
But to us, the first Coming to America was a classic. Like the Fridays was a classic. So if you come out and do it so many years later, that's why I saw that clip. I think I said it to you. Chris Tucker said he wouldn't do it again because he don't feel like he could act that same way. So it'll ruin the movie. So I'd rather him not do it and leave the positive memories that I have, because now I'm looking at it like, bro, this is stupid. Like, my wife gonna get mad at me for that, but she don't think Eddie Murphy funny because she grew up on him with Dr. Doolittle, Eddie Murphy. I put her on. What was the first one he did? This
why I'm prejudiced against light skinned people.
I don't blame you in that aspect, but I think it was Raw. He did where he had the all. Was it Dangerous? Delirious, that's what it was. When he had the red tights on, I put her on that one, and she's like, "Oh, okay, I see why Eddie Murphy was Eddie Murphy now." But still, like stuff like this to somebody younger, they gonna be like, "What?"
The best one was Harlem Nights.
Oh my God, man!
He shot that big bitch in the toe.
Harlem Nights was funny.
They say I'll blow your pinky toe off.
If they try to remake Harlem Nights, I might start watching movies, bro.
Yeah, got to. You cannot touch that one.
I feel like they're gonna do it. They remade everything from my childhood.
They might, man.
But yeah, that's it for the current events, man. And what's the topic for today, boss,
Oh man, you know we got to transition into that bad boy. So, you know, I came up with this topic. I don't know how I feel about it. Really, I don't even know. We're gonna call it growing pains. You know what I'm saying? But really, basically, my question to you is, how do you perceive parenthood?
That's a loaded question, I think.
Yeah, how do you perceive parenthood? You know what I'm saying?
Because my perspective on this is different because I only had one parent. So like, and I'm sure y'all, you know, if you long time listener to the show, y'all done heard us both say this before. We both come from single parent homes. So like, for me, I think parenthood, I don't even know if it's a definition for it. I never tried to look it up, but like, I think it's multifaceted. Like, you got to be a friend at times. You got to be somebody that's loving, caring. Like, you have to obviously be a provider. It's deep because each one of those levels to me has like sub levels to it. Because like my daughter asks me all the time, "Daddy, are you my friend?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm your friend, but I also got to be a disciplinarian at times. Like, we can play, but I also got to tell you when to stop. I got to make sure you eat, make sure you good, this and that." So like, I never had a dad that showed me how to do that stuff. So it's kind of like I'm doing spaghetti on the wall sometimes. Like, my biggest fear before my daughter was born was changing the diaper, and I didn't realize how easy it was. I didn't grow up around babies; it was just me. Like, so
that's different.
Like, I didn't grow up around my cousins, none of that. It was just me and my mom. So like, I never had to really sit down and think about myself being a dad one day. I still can't believe I got kids. Like, it's weird. So like, as a parent, like, what would I define parenthood or how I perceive parenthood? It's just from what I'm seeing myself do. So like, I know I provide for my kids. I, provide in the sense that I pay the bills that need to be paid so she don't have to sleep on the street or sleep with somebody else. Yeah. Put food in the house, blah, blah, blah. But then I'm attentive when my daughter needs my attention. She wants to play, do her homework, read, whatever the case may be. But then I'm also like the friendly one. I let her do what I'm doing, teach her stuff, all that type of things like that. But I don't have a book, so to say, or I don't even have an example really besides my mom. I only do what I saw my mom do and tweak it a little bit because I know not everything that she did was like perfect, but at the same time, she did what she could do, and if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here as we sitting here right now. So like, I can only do what I saw, but at the same time, I don't know if it's right. I'm just like I said, spaghetti on the wall.
And that was gonna lead, like, I'm gonna answer your question too, but that was gonna lead me to like asking another question that's like, what do you think of parenthood as it relates to fatherhood and vice versa? But I'm gonna answer your question too. So to me, how I perceive parenthood is really like, it's shaky to me because I don't know. I feel like every day I wake up, like, I'm just trying to be the best me, the best father to my kids. Like, I'm doing something that I wasn't taught to do. I don't know how to do. All I know is I'm supposed to go out there and I'm supposed to teach my son how to play football, baseball, teach my daughter, you know what I'm saying, what a man is supposed to look like, what a man is supposed to do for you. You know what I'm saying, how he's supposed to carry himself and stuff like that. Like, it's hard because at times, like, I want to be my children's friend and then I want to be the disciplinarian, but then, you know what I'm saying, you got that voice in the back of your head, like, maybe you're being too hard on them. Because I can remember when my kids do something and I get on their ass and I'm hard on them. I can remember a time when my mom was hard on me when she didn't need to be. You get what I'm saying? It's like, at what point do you look at your child as an individual and not your child? You get what I'm saying? Like,
explain that.
This how I mean, like,
because
so,
not to jump you off, but before you do, like, I never like disconnected that. Like, I got a child, but she's also a person, and I had to treat her.
You're raising an individual,
but it doesn't.
At what
to
point,
you, it's always just your kid,
right?
Okay.
At what point do you cut it off and be like, okay, this is my child, but this is also an individual? Like, I understand. You know what I'm saying? My mom is my disciplinarian. My mom is my elder. I understand that. But at the same time, even when I was 21, now I'm a grown ass man. So you're going to respect me as such. And I understand that I'm your son, but you're also going to respect me because I'm a grown ass man. Just like I'm going to respect you. Respect go both ways. Even though you're my parent, it go both ways. So if you disrespect me, understand you're my mom, my dad, whoever, my uncle, grandma, but I'm going to disrespect you. You not going to. This is how I see it. I gotta stand 10 toes down. If I ain't gonna let nobody else disrespect me, then I'm not gonna let you disrespect. If I ain't gonna let another adult disrespect me, I'm not gonna let you disrespect me. Gotcha. You get what I'm saying? Because I can't be out here teaching my kids to demand respect, or, you know what I'm saying, but you should always be respected by anybody, but I'm gonna tell you to let me disrespect you. It's not gonna go that way. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you're a grown. I raised you with enough morals and instilled these values into you for you to go out there and be your own person. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if your parent overstep a boundary, you need to let them know that they overstepped the boundary.
As you're an adult.
Yes. But as a kid, like, I'm gonna share this real person. I don't even think I told my mama this, right? But my little brother is really my little cousin. My mom adopted him. Callie is really my little brother, right? So
wait, do he know that? Because you seen it on air.
Yeah, he know.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Man, about to graduate high school this year, but he know. He like it's crazy because I knew it. You know what I'm saying? When he was younger, I'm pretty sure he didn't know. But so it was me, my little brother Walter, my biological sister Destiny from my stepdad, and then Callie, who was adopted. He's my little cousin, but you know what I'm saying, he's adopted. We got him at like 1, so basically he's my little brother, right? But he used to get whoopings, and my little sister used to get whoopings, but he didn't get beat the same way my little sister got beat. You get what I'm saying? Like, so to me, it's like, okay, you end up beating him, and he crying, he screaming bloody murder and shit, and I'm like, bro, like, to me, in my head, I never told my stepdad this, but I'm like, bro, calm down. Like, I remember one day, you guys, my wife, I remember one day, like, I literally threw my setup at my mom. Like, I really took a fighting step. Like, that shit got me so hot that I was ready to fight my mom, because I'm like, bro, y'all is really trying him right now. Like,
going above and beyond.
Yeah, I understand. It's a thin line between discipline and abuse.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's a thin line between that shit.
It's definitely a thin
You don't
line.
have to hit your child 20, 25 times for them to understand that they did something wrong. At that point, you just take your anger out on them. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like talking to kids is like, you know, we grew up in a different era. You stay in a child's place kind of thing. You get a line, I'm going to smack you, blah, blah. It was never no explaining with stuff. Like, some people didn't get explained things to. Like,
right.
For me, like, my mom was a yeller, and I hate yelling. Like, I don't like to raise my voice because that's just the environment I grew up in, and that shit just, it's irritating to me. Like, when people yell or loud noises, it's like a trigger. I can't help it. It's like something that just, it made me like, almost like it's reacting like a defensive way to be like, what the hell going on? But at the same time, like, when my daughter do something, yeah, I'll elevate or get stern, but I always explain to her what she did and why she did it. So she's not just thinking I'm yelling at her for no reason, because she's 3. She ain't going to understand what the hell I'm mad for if I'm telling her, don't grab the blah blah blah. Like don't do that. She gonna be like, why? She's curious. She want to learn.
It's crazy that you say that because like I got like a similar thing, right? So like my wife got mad because when she graduated college, I ain't tell her I was proud of her. You get what I'm saying? But I feel like what's understood don't gotta be explained. My whole life, like I'm grinding, going to school, first generation to graduate from college and shit. Ain't nobody ever tell me they was proud of me. You know what I'm saying? My mom ain't tell me they was proud of me. My daddy ain't tell me. Nobody ever told me they was proud of me. You know what I'm saying? But they brag on me. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So they motivated me in different ways. They be like, oh, you ain't gonna.
But they didn't give you that reassurance that they was appreciative or proud of what you was doing. So
when I graduated, I was just like, okay, whatever.
Next thing on.
I'm competitive, so I'm like, okay. Like I told you, at the end of the day, it's a competition, but it ain't. But at the end of the day, on paper, if it came down, we both apply for the same job. Yeah. At the end of the day, when it come down to it, I don't want a nigga to be touching me. You get what I'm saying? Like, I want all my accolades to be so great that anybody you put up next to me, it ain't touching me. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? It's a competition, but it ain't. But it really is.
It is.
It's dog eat dog out here. You know what I'm saying? But it kind of hurt me when she said that, like, oh, well, you waited for all these people to say that they was proud of me before you said it. And I'm just like, they ain't here in the background. Yeah. They ain't the ones motivating you. They ain't the ones giving you that time to be great. So what's understood don't got to be explained. But when she explained it to me, I seen it differently.
That's what I was about to say.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, damn. Okay, well, maybe you were the type of person that needed it. I'm just giving you what I got.
What you know or what you were taught.
Right.
Or what you saw.
I'm showing you love how it was showed to me because that's the only way I know how to give it. Yep. You get what I'm saying? So when I discipline my kids, I'm disciplining them how I was disciplined because that's the only way I know how to do it. That's what worked for me. You know what I'm saying? I did something wrong. Ain't nobody sit there and tell me what I did wrong. It was no. Slap my ass in the back of the head. Bow. Don't do it again. You know what you did. You get nobody ever told me what I did. I just know I got hit for some shit. Well, I don't know what I got hit for. I'm just not gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna stand there and wait. I'm just gonna stand here.
'Cause I don't know what the hell.
And wait till somebody tell me to move.
But see, that's why, and you know, I work in a field that is surrounded with that kind of stuff. So I like, you know, my outlook on a lot of things is different. But since you did ask about the parenthood thing, and I said I never looked it up, I decided to just Google it. So the definition of parenthood is the state of being a parent and the responsibilities involved. That doesn't tell me anything at all. But just the generic, just the word parenthood means that. So like any responsibilities that come with that, you are responsible for as the parent of said child.
So let me look. What does fatherhood mean?
I don't know. I didn't look that up.
Probably like another dumb.
Probably means something crazy. The state of being a father. Because I'm assuming father, and then it's like when you're on something like what's that shit called? Oncologist. You're like a study of something or something like that. But I was saying that because you brought up the point. Do you think parenthood relates to fatherhood? Did
you look it up?
What's that?
The definition of fatherhood.
Yeah, I did it right there.
Okay.
Yeah. But I when you said something dumb, it was probably the same thing.
It is.
But I think you could be a father or a mother without actually being a quote unquote parent. And I think that's a fine line. Right. And it's hard to explain because it sounds crazy when you say it. But like you can be somebody's parent or father or mother just by having them, obviously biologically. But you don't necessarily become that person's parent until you learn how to parent. Like, for instance, me, I only had one example. So
which one do you think is great? Not to interrupt you, but which one do you think is greater?
More influential?
Yes.
Out of what? Mother or father, or being a parent, or
being motherhood or motherhood or parenthood, fatherhood or parenthood?
Oh, I think being a parent or parenthood is the most important thing, because think about it this way. In my line of work, we don't call foster parents motherhood or mother parents or father parents. We call them foster parents, meaning they're a parent, no matter if that kid's related to them or not. Because being a parent entitles a plethora of things. Like you're responsible for everything. Like you literally, like you said, responsible for a whole entire human being.
But fathers are too.
But you are. But you can biologically be a father. For instance,
because look, this is why I say that, because you can make it through life with a parent.
You can,
but that's
obviously
I'm not even gonna say studies, But obviously, life shows you that most young men don't make it through life without a father. A lot of young men make it through life with a parent.
Yeah.
Which is going to be their mother.
I'm not going to say don't make it through life. They probably have a harder life.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't have, I ain't going to say
but
harder.
You know what I'm saying? For example, their mother, they made it through life with their mother. You know what I'm saying? They did a lot of shit for their mother.
Check this out.
If they had a father, they might have been that much stronger. They might have went much harder.
I would never say having two is going to be as... I would never say having one is better than having two, because that's just not mathematically possible unless you just got a toxic relationship.
But it might be because you know what I'm saying? R.I.P. to my pops, but I really like real deal appreciate him not being there or not being there as much as he should have been.
I say the same thing because sometimes I feel like I wouldn't be who I am if I had
right. Because I go so hard for that.
The lessons I learned were because he wasn't there. But if he was there, would I had the same experience? That's the unknown.
It's also
flip of the coin. You'll never know.
I think also it's a bad thing too, because I'm not gonna say I seek the approval of people. I seek to be respected. So I went and got a degree because I seek to be respected. I went and got I'm going to get my master's degree because I seek to be, I want you to see me out here balling, and I want you to respect the fact that I'm damn near doing something that you thinking about doing or that you can't do. And that's not for, I don't. If you feel like I'm better than you, you feel like I'm better than you. I'm never gonna tell you that. I don't feel like I'm better than somebody, but at the same time, I want my respect. It's like when you young, like you seeking the respect of your father. You know what I'm saying? My daddy, I played football my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. My daddy came to one game that was senior night. He left at halftime. I wanted him to walk out down the field with me. He was gone at halftime. I had to walk out there with my mom and my stepdad. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted him there because I do that shit for him.
I stopped. It's funny
that
though.
Shit crazy.
Like my aspect of that is different because I used to get mad when I was in elementary school. I used to fight a lot because my dad went around. I didn't understand it at the time. Fast forward, I do now. But when people would talk about my mom, it didn't bother me because she was there. But when people talk about my dad, I would get mad because I didn't know why. I didn't understand why he wasn't around. But if you talk about my dad, I got to protect my dad because he ain't here to protect us. It was some kind of like...
And he ain't going to never be there to protect us.
I didn't know that at the time. So like one day, I don't know who I was talking to, or it might have been a teacher who said to me, why are you so worried about the person who's never been there? And it just like clicked for me. Not to say that, he's any less because, we was talking in pre-production, like, you don't know what that person could have went through. And now that I work in the field to where I understand psychology a lot more, I see stuff that's way worse than anything I went through. That person could have had some kind of trigger that set them on a path. And until you understand, I don't think it's fair to judge.
And that's why I say
you can have that kind. You can be upset, but like for instance, me and my brother got two different views. Like my brother don't fuck with my dad at all, like at all. He got his reasons. I understand. We 10 years apart, so he's seen shit I never saw and probably couldn't even explain to me. So I get it. But I feel like without him, we wouldn't even be alive. So we got to give him that much credit, at least. And that's how I look at it.
And that's why I say you got to love your dad just as much as you love
the Bible tell you that if you believe
it. You only get one dad just like you get one
mom.
What
if you, like me, for instance, I want to know a bunch of stuff about my dad. Like I want to know why he went down the path he did. I never got a chance to ask him. So God forbid something happened to him or something happened to me and I don't get a chance to ask him, you'll never get that chance back. And that's how I look at it.
It's crazy to me that, you know what I'm saying, we love our moms so much more than we love our dads, but our moms could have did the same shit our dads did. Like there's nothing saying that your mom has to be your mom can give you up for adoption the day you were born. You get what I'm saying?
That's a rabbit hole I want to go down though.
Right.
Because think about this. Have you ever known a kid to shun his mother? Think about you got the worst mom in the world. You just said it.
I've met a lot of people, but I don't know anybody who shuns their mom, even if their mom done them wrong.
Exactly my point. Like I know kids that are in foster care who for reasons of whatever because of their mom, this and that, or whoever was raising them, but they never want to like disown that person. It's always trying to like a struggle to get back there, and I completely get it. Like
that's your trophy. That's the only thing you got.
That's
like,
all you got. No matter how hard it is, that's the person.
That's your initial why. When you come into life, when you come into yourself, your own individuality, like that's your only why.
I'm probably jumping ahead a little bit, but if you have a kid, you want your kid to have the best of what you didn't have, or you want your kid to have stuff that you weren't able to attain because of your parents' situation, or your parents weren't able to teach you stuff because they just didn't know. So now you realize that as an adult, you're like, okay, I want to teach my kid X, Y, Z by this age because I didn't know when I was late on game or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. If you settle for whatever and you fall short, you can't blame nobody but yourself.
Right.
So like, I don't want to, foreshadow too much, but like, how do you feel with giving your kid stuff that you haven't had against people who kind of you feel like might just take whatever is given to them and not push for more? Like, I know it's a kind of like a gray area because you don't know everybody's circumstances, but like, if you know somebody who just you feel like do the bare minimum, what would you say to them, like to do more for their kids? Or
I tell them that they failing their kids. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people who be like, "Oh, you got a roof. I put a roof over my kids' heads. I put clothes on their back." You know what I'm saying? You giving them
clip,
right. You giving them the bare minimum. But at the end of the day, does your child feel that you are a parent to them? Does the child feel that they mom really? If you got a child, bro, and you ain't doing everything in your power to make sure like they set up in the future long after you gone, what the fuck you doing? Shoot, you failing.
What the Black Panther dad say in the movie? He said, if a man who hasn't prepared his children to live without him failed. Yeah, I think that's a bar to me.
That's a bar.
Like, if I'm not setting my kids up to be straight when I'm not around, I'm not doing my job.
And I mean, it's the same. You can say the same. I mean, I'm not go on a rant, but it's the same thing you can say about your wife. If you ain't setting up shit to make sure she's straight.
But we talking about like offspring. Like, to me, your wife is your wife or your baby mom, however you got your situation. Y'all should be on, if not the same level, close to it. So really, that person should be able to function solo. Because like you always say, bring your own table.
But she's an extension of your child. Exactly. Though, because guess what? Y'all break up with a child going
with the mom. More than likely. You
so
right.
At all times,
they gotta
no
be
matter
right.
what, you gotta make sure your baby mama's straight.
You right. Absolutely. I can't disagree with that statement.
You got to. It just is what it is. But back to, you know what I'm saying, the offspring thing. Like, if you ain't making sure your child's straight, you know what I'm saying, if you ain't, you know what I'm saying, consciously taking that, you know what I'm saying, that time of the day to tell your kids that you love them or to show them that you genuinely love them, like, man, what is you doing? Like the Fences clip, that man went his whole life thinking his daddy ain't love him, bro.
But again, you say this all the time, like, love can be perceived a different way. Like, if
it can.
I've only shown you what I was shown.
Right.
But okay, that's what I want to ask.
That person is not you.
You're right.
No matter how much your child look like you,
they're not you.
That motherfucker not
but that's
you.
What I want to ask. Like you said, at what point do you start looking at your kid as an individual? How do you know when your kid is receiving what you're parenting as love versus like, you the mean parent, I don't like you?
I'm going to ask you this question right here. Because I'm going to say children start coming into themselves at like 10.
Okay.
But at what age? What elementary school you went to?
I went to Bellwether in Tampa.
Okay, I went to Robles Elementary.
Okay.
So I was put up on a lot of shit before I was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So I probably knew a lot of shit that my mama think I ain't know.
Oh, of course.
But I knew.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
and
like,
we didn't have internet, so we had to.
Right.
Y'all lucky.
I'm talking about like hunching under portables.
We didn't have no YouTube, none of that.
Fourth, fifth grade, we cussing, dropping F-bombs at road. Come on, if anybody know Robles Elementary, you know. If you know, you know. But like, I feel like at 10 years old, like children coming to themselves, and I don't think you should stop parenting them, but I think you should give them start giving them a level of respect that
level of respect that what?
That entitles them to do more. Not necessarily do more, but to see the world differently.
that's something that can happen though. Like it depends on one, not only your kids or your wife or your the environment that they in, but also it can depend on like the type of love that you know how to give, the type of love that you know how to receive, or even the parenting that you've seen. Like we got a visitor on the show today.
I'm telling you,
who that is?
Big boy visitor.
That's
Big
my
Mal.
dog, Mal. What's going on?
Big Mal.
Say something for the people, Mal. He ain't gonna
talk,
say
bro?
nothing. He ain't gonna say nothing.
You want to talk, bro? Big Mal.
Well, it's way past your bedtime. But
I'm
anyway,
telling
yeah.
you.
So, what was you saying?
Bro, remind me because he just distracted me.
It's all good. You was talking about Robles Elementary and how.
Oh yeah, but I feel like it's a to me. I feel like at 10 years old, you should be respecting your child as an individual.
Okay,
damn near.
But like, okay, 10 in this era is really like 17.
Yeah,
because everything's so more advanced.
But back when I was younger, like I knew stuff that I knew I wasn't supposed to.
So okay,
don't get me wrong. I got uncles that are, bro. I knew what crack was. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I knew what drugs was. My uncle was on drugs. You know what I'm saying? I used to see my grandma give him money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Like you don't know what it is, but you see it.
I see it.
And then once you know what it is, you're like, oh, that's what that was.
I'm 10 years old, you know what I'm saying, walking home and shit, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, my mama at work, you know what I'm saying? I know she get home at 7. I'm out there after the street lights come on. I know exactly
what time to be home.
I've seen bases.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? When you that young and you see bases, you ain't scared to walk the streets and nothing. Base ain't gonna do nothing to me. Ain't nobody around here gonna do. They know me. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? You good out here.
Yeah.
But that's some shit that at 10 years old, it's children as young as 8, 7, 8 years old seeing that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's some shit that I wasn't supposed to be introduced to.
It depends on where they grow. It's a lot of factors that fall into that. But like, I think like okay.
When will you teach your daughter about sex?
I was just about to ask you that. The birds and the bees conversation. Like when does that? I think. When I was in school, they had sex ed. I don't even know if they still got it no more, but I think I was in middle school when they started talking about that. So it depends on her maturity level, like as her individual self. Because if she's comprehending things that I'm teaching her earlier than I expected, and she happens to say, Daddy, where do kids come from? I'll try to explain it in a way that's not like super graphic, but something that she can comprehend as a 3, 4, or not 3-year-old, but at the time, whatever age she is. But like if she's still... Like she's 13 and she's still playing with Barbies and doing all that stuff. If she's on that level, then I'm gonna wait. But at the same time, I can't control what she might be exposed to at school.
Right.
So that influence outside of the house, you're gonna have to combat that with some kind of education because then she's just gonna be trying stuff or your kids just be doing stuff just to see what it is, and that's how you end up with some craziness.
Cause I knew about sex ed before sex ed.
Yeah,
I didn't
like
know, but I
knew
was hunching, but I ain't know
like,
hunching was sex ed. You get what I'm like? I knew. Before I was taught, and then when they taught me, I'm like, I've been doing this the whole time.
I remember exactly where I was at. I was in New York in an apartment with my brother and his girlfriend at the time, and he tried to talk to me about like the birds and the bees. And I'm like, bro, I've known about that for like 5 years, and I think I was maybe 13 at the time. And he just started laughing. He was like, "Oh shit, I ain't know. I was just trying to help." I was like, I ain't mad at you, but it was just funny because like you like. I don't remember my mom talking to me about it so like in detail.
Bro, my mom, like the only thing
my mom just told me to wear a condom.
Not even that. My mom said you better keep your thing in your pants. That's all I was told. I wasn't told why.
That's
like,
the
you better
part.
Keep your thing in your pants.
I think that's the part that's more. At least with me, like I'm the why person. I always was asking questions, so I feel like I'm gonna give my kids the same respect to explaining to them what's going on. It could be people like, stay in the child's place. Your kids don't need to know all that stuff. But if you don't teach them, who is going to teach them?
Yeah. And
then you run into the fact of you don't know who your kid could be around and could be the dumbest kid in the room because you neglectful of telling them this is what happens when, this is what happens how, stuff like that. I just feel like if your kid is coming to you out of a curiosity place, and I think it builds confidence for them to talk to you. Because if you never tell your kids the truth about stuff and they find it from somewhere else, they gon' I think, subconsciously say, well, my daddy, my mom won't tell me what's going on, so this person, well, I'm just going to tell them everything. That's how I look at it anyway.
Right. Hey,
what age do you think is appropriate?
Take this with you. What?
About
birds and the bees?
Yeah, birds and the bees.
Man, look, I don't know, man, because that's my baby. That's my daughter.
And you gonna get there before me.
Because you gotta think. You gotta think about what you be asking your wife for, dudes. You gotta think about what you be asking your girlfriends for. You feel me? And a dude gonna do your daughter the same way.
Unfortunately, that's just the reality.
That's the reality of it. That's the nature of the beast. You know what I'm saying? Are you? A lot of dudes say, "Oh, I can't." You know what I'm saying? Imagine my girl getting hit by another dude and all that. Can you imagine your daughter?
I got a better question for you. Would you want your daughter to date somebody like you?
Hell no.
Why not?
Hell no. I don't want my hell no. Hell no. Me now?
Any version of yourself.
Hell no.
Not younger you probably wouldn't agree with.
Hell no.
Like any version of yourself.
Hell no. Now? Yeah. I ain't even gonna say yeah. It's like it ain't a hard no, but I'm like 65% no.
Why is that?
Hell no. Like, just how I view shit, how I see shit.
You mean like you now or the younger version of yourself?
I'm talking about like even me now. I'm still working. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm still
course,
working. I ain't the best husband out there. I'm still working.
But that's the point. That's where you get credit. You gotta give yourself credit for that though, because if you acknowledge the fact that we all still like ain't nobody perfect. Because at the end of the day, I gotta come to terms with. I ain't gonna never be the best husband. Show me the rule.
You get what I'm saying? Right. I ain't gonna never be the best husband. I know my daughter ain't gonna never ever find the best man out there. I know she ain't gonna never find a dude like me. You know what I'm saying? And I know it ain't gonna never be a dude out there who gonna take care of my daughter like I'm gonna take care of my daughter.
It's not their responsibility.
So
her husband maybe.
Right. You basically gotta settle. You gotta be okay with her settling for less, because ain't nobody gonna take care of your child like you gonna take care of your child. You know what I'm saying? For me to have to give my child away.
That's the difference between being a parent and being somebody's husband though.
Right.
Because your love is unconditional. I feel like some relationships, love is conditional.
But at the end of the day, look, so I was asked this question. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there was something, my wife asked me this shit. Like, if there was a complication at birth and it was me or the child, who would you pick?
I hate that question.
Nigga, I'm picking my wife off
That's
top,
what I say all the time, too.
Like off top.
I can have another kid. I can't have another you.
You feel
my
me?
wife
I'm
got
picking
mad
my
at me.
wife
I'm like,
off
what you talking
top.
about? Like, I'm not gonna raise my kids by myself. Like, if I got two already and it's a third one and something happened, like, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna pick the kid.
I'm picking my.
That's a no brainer to me.
It's fucked up, but it's a nobody.
That's a no brainer.
It's nobody yet.
I mean, at the same time, like, I completely get it. That's what I pick. And you being selfish? How?
I'm not.
Like, if I have a third child with no parent, now these kids missing out on having two parents.
Two parents. If
I have you and two kids, we can still have a third kid. You know, and if not, we got two kids already. Like,
always make another.
But yeah,
one,
that's
a tough decision.
Yo, it is, but it isn't, tough. In my opinion.
Right? It's tough, but it ain't, because you know you got some people out there who look at life like this, and you got some people see life sunshine and rainbows, and some see life for what it is. Yeah. Some people live in reality 24/7. I feel like I live in reality 24/7. I ain't gonna sugarcoat shit with you. You ask me what it is. That's what it is. I'm not gonna motivate you the way you want it. I'm motivating you how, because it's literally life or death out this bitch. You get what I'm saying? All your consequences, all your actions have a consequence.
I think that trait is more of a survival skill though, because a lot of people don't realize that.
But that's what this is.
A lot of people don't
life
see it.
Life is survival.
It is, but you gotta think about it. All right,
you gotta think about this.
Check this out. The person who's raised in a place where I'm talking about, they were completely different. Like, they got a driver, chauffeur type life. They don't see it as survival. They just having fun with life.
But they see, because shit given to them, so they almost feel like shit in life is free.
Two ends of the spectrum.
For us and where we came from, ain't shit in life free. You can't tell me nothing in life right now that's free.
Breathing right now, the only thing that's free.
That shit ain't free.
It's not, but it is.
That shit ain't free.
Because some people got to buy
oxygen. It ain't even free to use the bathroom, nigga.
Right,
you got to pay for running water. And if the water ain't running, you can't flush the toilet.
Yeah, if you ain't got nothing to force flush it with, you scarred.
You done.
Okay, but all right, just to have fun with it. How would you think raising your kids would be if you was like, I'm talking about Bill Gates, what's buddy name who on Amazon, Bezos rich?
Hey, I ain't even gonna cap to you. They would never see me. They would never see me.
Where you going?
I don't know. I got enough money for you to take care of yourself.
Oh my! I'm talking about
hire a maid. They would never see me.
You shout out.
My 2-year-old that just came, never see me. I got enough money for somebody else to take care of you. Listen, how them rich white people send their kids to boarding school.
Boarding school.
Get up out of here.
Okay.
Get up out of here.
Is that being a parent? Answer your own question. If you send your kids to boarding school, you don't deal with them.
It is not. But to others, it may seem like that's being a parent.
You're right.
Because at the end of the day, a lot of people think money is the, you know what I'm saying, the answer to everything.
That's true.
You get what I'm saying?
That's
so
true.
if I get enough money
at everything, though.
You can't.
In the logical sense, but I feel where you're coming from.
A lot of people think money is everything. So, I get enough money to do this.
Still problems.
Listen, right now, so if you won a lotto right now, like say when the lotto was like what, 984 million, when you won it right there, would you continue to let your daughter go to school?
I would homeschool.
I wouldn't even school at all. Fuck it.
I mean, I don't want her to be.
I'm being real with you.
I'm not talking about like formal school, but
I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people out there that won that much money and just be like, fuck it, don't go to school.
But I mean, I would want her to.
I would teach her myself, but I take that back. I probably wouldn't.
I would homeschool just because I
probably wouldn't even homeschool. I let them get their college experience, their high school experience, college experience. I got a new
answer now. I would have a traveling teacher because I'm gonna be moving a lot. Yeah. So I would have a traveling tutor, and she'll be homeschooled. Mostly, it would be finance, history, like stuff that's important. Mm-hmm. Like I wouldn't send her to school to learn about stuff that like
because you don't have to go to school to be smart. Like no, I think that's what people get, and we going off on a tangent and a little rant, but I think that's where people get education mixed up. Like you don't have to go to college to be smart. You don't have to go to college to gain knowledge. You don't have to go to college to be educated.
You told me this earlier. Everybody got access to the library.
Everybody got access to the library.
You can read a book for free.
You know how many people out here that are successful thousandaires? You know what I'm saying? And you don't gotta be no millionaire. I tell my wife I don't even want to be. I'm comfortable being a thousandaire.
I just want to be debt free.
I just want to be comfortable enough to where I can leave my kids with money, or when my kids go to college, they got a car. They don't have to rely on anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I want to be where I don't have to worry about my life insurance to take care of my kids. Mm-hmm. I want to be able to take care of them while I'm still living.
Facts. I never even seen life like that. Facts. That's facts. Because that's the only time. Like,
but you know, there's some people that don't have
really
life
receive
insurance,
a big check though.
When somebody die. But I think about the people who don't even have that. So like,
that's crazy.
You could have $1 million policy, you'll never get to see your kids use it because you got to die for them to get it. So if you could take care of your kids before your policy got to go, meaning your life, then you did. To me, you did something right. Not saying you can't take care of them, but think about how much $1 million would change somebody's life.
A lot, bro.
Exactly. But if you can't be...
not a lot, because if you look at $1 million really... I'm
talking about how you live now. Yeah, I ain't talking about you trying to catch up with the Joneses and stuff. If you live your normal life, just... You know, you got a nice little job gig you like going to. You got a decent house. You know, everybody taken care of. $1 million will set you up. Mm-hmm. Like, you won't really have to do much if you keep your same lifestyle. But if you start doing the extra shit, then you scar. But that's where my head is. I want to be able to allow my lifestyle to supersede my life insurance, if that make any sense.
Yeah, I got you.
But to answer my own question, I wouldn't mind if I would want my daughter to date somebody just like me, but I know I wouldn't accept nothing less, if that makes sense. Like I want my kids to know that, like, yeah, you're gonna have trial and error with dating. That's the whole phase. That's the whole point of it.
That's the scary shit out there.
But you're not gonna bring nobody to my house that you not gonna feel comfortable meeting with your parents. Like, think about the day and age is different though. Like, before, you used to have to like introduce yourself to the mom or dad, whoever was a parent, before you take a girl to the movies.
And that's why I say I don't want no goddamn I don't want my daughter to date anyone like me. I prayed.
You remember what you used to do?
I prayed on girls who had single parents. I prayed on girls who only had mamas.
You scared of the karma.
Because once you get in with the mama, you good.
You good. You scared of the karma. Good. I ain't mad at you about that.
You fit. Oh, you ain't got no daddy? I know I can spend the night over here.
It's
too easy. I know I can spend the night over here. Right now. I'm just saying, bro.
I seen I think my wife sent it to me. It was a TikTok. Kids nowadays will never know how it was to have to call the house phone to speak to a girl or boy. Bro, what was it, after 9, after 7?
Listen, I still remember my wife got their own house number, her parents' house number.
you call and the grandpa, or the grandma, or the mom and dad answer, you got to hang up real quick and call back when it. Man, that was
every time I called my wife's house, her daddy would pick up. Oh, hey Corey, how you doing?
See, you was cool. Imagine it's the first call though. Like that call where you kind of sneak it.
That probably was scary one.
Or when you have the house with multiple phones and 2 people pick up and you don't know who to say what to, and you just sit there stupid. Those are the days, boy.
It was.
Those are the days.
It was, bro.
Now everything is a DM, social. It's just.
I can't have.
It's different. Nah,
my daughter can't date nobody like me, bro, because he gonna be. Oh yeah, she got a daddy, bro. You can spend night well.
Hey, I feel like
come on here well.
I'm gonna be like we gonna be like Martin and Will off Bad Boys too.
Telling you. Yeah, they gotta fill out a whole application, and then when they come in for the interview, the pistol on the table. So what you got on your mind?
The Scarface chair with the shotgun and the cigar.
Yeah.
What are your plans for my daughter?
Ask Will. Just like Will Smith asked him, you ever had sex with a man?
You want to?
Sir. You want to? Okay.
What was the scene from what's the movie with 50 Cent?
You talking about Den of Thieves?
Yeah, when it was in the gym or in the garage. In the garage gym. Yeah. Buddy went in there, was like,
had my daughter back here by 9. Any minute late. For every minute she late, that's a bone that's gonna be broken. Ooh. And there's a whole bunch of swole niggas
for
in
real, boy. They all
listen, sir. I don't even want to take your daughter to prom no more.
We can just go to McDonald's and come right back.
Listen,
is
sir,
that okay?
I don't even know what I'm doing. Let me go home.
Yeah, I think my wife. No, my wife was the second person that I dated that had like a dad for me to talk to. Mm-hmm. Everybody else, like you said, they ain't had no dad, so it's different. Like I never got like how the TV shows show you like grilling, like the dad will be talking to the boyfriend trying to get him to like feel nervous. I never had that conversation. I always wanted to though. Like for some reason I looked at it as a challenge. Like I know I got credentials and I'm a good person or a good dude, whatever. So I ain't scared of it. But I never got like that animosity, like a dad trying to see what I was about.
I ain't like. My wife, dad ain't never pressed me.
I always we off on a tangent, pressed, though.
But he ain't never really.
I feel like it would have been funny.
He ain't never pressed me. Her brother did. When her brother jumped out of prison, nigga pressed me. I'm talking about I'm over there spending the night and everything. Nigga jumped out. This ain't even that nigga house. He pressed me. No, you can't spend the night over here, bro. Nigga just hopped out of prison now. He had like 3-4 years. Nigga swole. I'm swole too, but I'm like. Shit, I'm like 17. This nigga done did some years in the pen. It's a real grown ass man.
I don't want that pressure right now.
Yeah, I'm straight. You got it, bruh. You got it. This your sister. I ain't gonna spend the night. Yeah. But we straight now, so, Hey,
man, so I keep it all in the family, man. Yeah, I feel like this is a good topic, though, man.
It might have to jump back for a part 2, you know what I'm saying?
I definitely think
it's gonna have to dub.
I think it's a lot of stuff we could definitely touch on. Because we still ain't answered the question, though. What's better, being the parent or being the father?
Right, and but that's the hard thing of how to
differentiate the two. Yeah. I think there's a way you can, but it just has to be in the right way. Mm-hmm. Right, but I think we should say that for part 2, man. I think that'll be way better
for part 2.
Maybe have a guest or two on, or something like that.
Drop a feature on that one, though.
That'll be.
We're gonna drop a feature on that one.
But you got any shout outs, man? You got any?
You already know I'm finna bang across the head.
1, 2, 3.
Mac Vision Photography, MACVisionPhotography.com, my wife's photo company. We just did a wedding. Shout out to my dog Mello and Niche. You know what I'm saying? The Edwards. It was a nice wedding. You know what I'm saying? We did our thing on that, and it was beautiful. And the venue was nice.
Them things came out.
Everything was definitely nice, man. So shout out to them. Shout out to them for booking us. You know what I'm saying? It was our pleasure. Really appreciate it. I got anybody else to shout out, man? Nah, man. I ain't got nobody else to shout out, man.
I got to give a shout out to my nephew.
Which one? The one that playing?
Yeah, man. Young Randall on This Is Us, but my dog just did the Jimmy John's commercial with.
Oh yeah.
With I gotta send it to you. I ain't never really watched the show that much, but Everybody Loves Raymond, the brother. Okay, he in the commercial. My brother sent it to me today. That junk kind of funny.
What's up, boy?
Yeah,
making big
5 years old, Hollywood star,
making moves out there.
Who would have thought? That's funny, but yeah, shout out to Karan, man. He he plays Young Randall on This Is Us, so. I feel like a celebrity uncle. I am. That's kind of dope.
Yeah.
Kind of dope. Other shout outs. I don't think I have any, man.
I ain't got none either, man.
Shout out to y'all for,
shout out to y'all for supporting, and your boy got every video up on YouTube.
This one will be up on time.
This one be up on time.
No more technical difficulties
at all. You know what I'm saying? So
Continue to follow us on Twitter, Facebook,
IG, YouTube,
all of that, man. We thank y'all for
swear to God, we're
tuning
gonna
in.
post more. I'm gonna post more on IG. I'm gonna post more on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Because them the only two I really got I post on. So yeah, be more active on there.
A little bit.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck with y'all a little bit. Because a lot of y'all be on that nonsense, but I'm gonna fuck with y'all.
You gotta be ignorant sometimes.
Sometimes you gotta be
Ain't
ignorant.
nothing wrong with that.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta be
But
ignorant.
yeah, y'all know the time and the day, man. Every Wednesday, 7 a.m., we kicking that content in the classroom as always. I am Chris.
Young Bot, Corey Mack over
we are
here, bro.
Sophisticated Ignorance. Until the next time, peace.
Ooh.